Brian Thomas Jr. was saved by a 9-yard rushing touchdown in Week 1 from completely busting for fantasy football. One catch for 11 yards wasn't ideal Week 1. He did earn 7 targets from Trevor Lawrence. They just failed to connect, and some other context was that the Panthers didn't really compete in this one. And also, he might have had some J.C. Horn coverage that impacted his game. Don't forget, this guy produced 1,282 receiving yards and 10 touchdowns, averaging 16.7 fantasy points per game as a rookie. So big days are coming. The Bengals is a bounce-back matchup. Last week, Joe Flacco finished with 290 passing yards, a touchdown, 2 interceptions on 45 passing attempts against them. Jerry Jeudy produced 66 yards, Dylan Sampson 64, Harold Fannin Jr. 63, and Cedric Tillman 52 yards and a touchdown. Joe Burrow and gang will be looking to step up their offense after a poor showing for them in Week 1. Positive wide receiver matchup, bounce-back performance. Another get-right week, AJ Brown against the Kansas City Chiefs. Week 1 was disgusting for fantasy football when it came to AJ Brown. 1 catch on 1 target for 8 yards. The Eagles still managed to beat the Cowboys. It was guided by touchdowns from Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley on the ground. But it's easy to bank on a bounce back for a guy like A.J. Brown, who's produced over 1,400 receiving yards in his last 3 full seasons, and he was on pace to do so last year. The Chiefs allowed Justin Herbert to throw for 318 yards and 3 touchdowns last week. Quentin Johnston caught 5 balls for 79 yards and 2 touchdowns. Ladd McConkey caught 6 passes for 74 yards, and Keenan Allen caught 7 passes for 68 yards and a touchdown. 3 solid wide receiver performances against the Chiefs. Super Bowl rematch between the Eagles and the Chiefs. A.J. Brown scored a touchdown against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, and he is going to be needed in this matchup for Week 2.